Hello, and welcome back from break. Before your break, we were talking about ecology, the study of abiotic and biotic factors. And I'm in an ecosystem called the California Mediterranean ecosystem. That has two place names in it. California is the region of the United States where I'm filming right now, and Mediterranean is the type of local climate. A climate that has long, dry summers, and the precipitation is not from rain so much as it is from morning fog and dew. This is an area that's famous for growing grapes, just like Italy or Greece, which also have Mediterranean climates. Now behind me you can see lots of different plants, the primary producers dominating this ecosystem. There are very tall trees which grow in sort of a round bowl shape, and there are very short little flower plants, like small grasses and flowers. If you take a look at the landscape behind me, you'll see that there are valleys and ridges. On top of the ridges, you don't see very many trees. In between the ridges, you see the ball-shaped trees. That's because the abiotic factors controlling this environment are wind and water. On top of the ridges, behind me, you see just small plants because it's very windy. The wind takes away moisture. The wind makes it difficult for plants to live. But in the valleys, two things happen. One, you're protected from the wind, and two, that is where any water from rain gathers, because water runs downhill. So take a look and see if you can tell the differences in where you see trees and where you see small flowering plants. There you can tell the difference between abiotic factors causing some species to live and other species not to live. We can also see biotic factors happening here. If you look in at the bases of the mountains, the trees are very big. But when you look in the valleys, the trees are smaller. They're clustered together and they're clumped and they're competing with each other for resources. An example of intra-specific competition. So the things that limit plant growth here are the abiotic factors of wind and water and the biotic factor of competition from other plants. So we will continue our conversations about biotic and abiotic factors and ecology, and we will move from here into the regulation of populations and entire communities like the one behind me. I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Up here, you can really tell the difference between the tops of the ridges and the valleys. As you can see behind me, the tops of the ridges have short grasses and small plants, and the trees are very small, being shaped and buffeted by the wind and a lack of moisture. But as you get into the valleys below, the trees are larger, rounder, and competing with each other more often. This is a good example of the abiotic factors of wind and moisture and the biotic factors of competition.